Yo, 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 this is paging Dr. Ramani. I don't think the good Dr. Ramani will ever be in the house, but we'll say shout outs to her because we have the utmost respect for her on this channel. There's so much to say about narcissism, and I don't think a lot of people will believe you. Like, the things they do, they have no shame. They have no shame or remorse, and they delight in doing what's wrong. And I remember this one narcissist, and it was right before the discard, and I just kind of saw how cheap he was. I don't know, even though I saw how cheap he was, he still carried the act for a bit. It was almost like when the penny dropped, it took like a week for it to hit the floor. It sounds silly, but just the fakeness of them. Like, it's almost like once you see that disgusting, arrogant smile, like, it's funny, I think you gotta go through the whole circle to really understand it. Like, 10 years later, and I'm still like, well, they've still got their claws in me, which sort of says a lot. It's like, that's the price I've paid. That's the price I've paid for learning this cycle, was to be gang stalked. Like, just to so fake. And his sort of fake ass circle of mates, they'll all believe his side. Like, there's nothing I can have done to reverse this. Like, this is what they do. They delight in it. But this gang stalking's kind of political and racial, I think. But it's hard to say. I mean, all sorts of people do it. There's heaps of gang stalkers. I don't know how they do it, and eventually you kind of don't care. Like, you think, what's the point? Because sometimes they'll just go past you on a bike, which I know is kind of, that's schizo, I'll admit. Actually, having said that, you gotta put that in the bucket of some people you just don't like the vibe of, you know what I mean? But there's sort of part of you that sort of thinks, oh, they're gang stalkers. But I say that because I think the gang stalking I'm getting is almost done by like the Indian government or something. Like, when you think about the idea of someone completely being able to hack your phone, and I almost think they know what I'm doing 24/7, which sounds crazy, but whatever. It's like, who cares? They want you to think they're real powerful. Like, listen to what I just said. That really puffs them up. You know, they're like, yes. And it's kind of sad. Like, I've always been a bit of a loner, but these guys have like, it's a real insult to being a shy, quiet, private sort of person that this group can kind of, these are times when people are very isolated. And even though we might have families, they're all miles away, probably. And people, all our mates go their separate ways. And it's like, I once saw this graffiti under a bunk bed, and it said, "Your God is dead." And the rest of that quote apparently is, "And we killed him." And that's by Nietzsche, apparently. But I think there's these people that they don't have a God in their life. Their God, like, narcissism is just this lack of, it's this lack of kindness, but it pretends it does, it fools you. It's the wolf in sheep's clothing. Like, it's that vampire, man. Like, it's funny. I've seen one, I remember one when he dropped the mask. It was just kind of, none of them really, once they drop the mask, it's like, you never want to see them again. It's like, I never want to, I'm not even really interested in even knowing what you're doing. Like, because it's just like, it's almost like being on an aeroplane and all the movies are absolute garbage. And it's like, no, I'm not going to watch any of these movies. I would rather talk to the person beside me, or maybe look out the window, or look around me, or just close my eyes. Like, none of these people are, once you know the authenticity is not there, you just don't want to come back. Like, there's enough kind of half decent McDonald's restaurants that if you got a food addiction, they'll kind of get you coming back. Like, McDonald's is almost like a 4 out of 10, but occasionally, well, it's like a 1 out of 10, really. But occasionally it's good enough to be like a 5. And that keeps you in the trap, in the cycle. But man, these narcissists, it's like, just go. Leave me alone, please. Like, they'll hurt you so much, and they know they hurt you, but they're still kind of, they want to pretend it never happened. Like, they'll either pretend they don't even know you, or they'll pretend it never happened. And it's just strange. It's like celebrity, if I was, say, like Taylor Swift had a stalker, if she walked past that stalker on the street, they'd pretend they didn't see her. Like, the most obsessed kind of person, when they get the chance to just have a chat with you, they'll be like, nah, they'll snub you. It's strange. Or, I was working with this guy, and I knew he was a narcissist. I knew he was like a gang stalker somehow, like how the fuck, I don't know. But I kind of wish, like, even though he was sort of charming and shit, I kind of wish I didn't talk to him. It's like, I didn't really gain anything by telling him anything from my mouth, because that shit sort of can come back to haunt you. The funniest things, like, remember, these narcissists will lie. Like, you have to kind of think, is anything they said true? And it's like, I don't know. I highly doubt, I 100% doubt their motivations, and it's just, you don't want to seem antisocial, but if you know someone's a narcissist, it's like you should grey rock their ass, because really, it's so hard. Who are you really trying to impress? Like, the narcissist is just out to break you. The random strangers around you you'll probably never see again, or they're not going to send you $1,000,000. They're more likely to well, what's the point? Here today, gone tomorrow. But narcissists really want to be there for the long haul, and now they're organized in a strange way. How, I don't know, and I kind of don't care. Like, they'll fake it, they'll gather so much about you, they want to make you think they can read your mind. How how crazy. But that's like real talk about gang stalkers and stalkers. It's like, there's the dickhead who keeps buying you flowers and is socially awkward, trying to take you to a date or trying to win you over by being your friend, sort of shit. That's not what this is. Like, even that dude with the flowers can. How's he gonna roll? I mean, stalkers are kind of happy to just sit outside, aren't they? Often the ones in my case have been very covert, but and no sign is not necessarily a sign they weren't there. That's the worst one. It's like, at my point, it's like they're always there, as far as I'm concerned. I know they're not, but I kind of just, you have to look it in the, you have to look like it, you have to look that beast in the eyes. Like, the stuff they do is so covert, and that's part of the magic of this evil, is half the time you don't even know it's happening. And you have to sort of live with that. Like, these guys have got me homeless, I'm not working, my professional reputation is in tatters, and they're real happy about that. Like, these people are the lowest of the low. Like, it's like they don't have the right to be dumping on my name, like, these aren't the kind of people who'll take you to court, because it's like, they ain't gonna shine so bright. Anyway, like Andrew at Narc Daily says, take the high road, like, and don't respond. Well, yeah, don't. In this case, well, don't react. He says don't react, respond. But in this case, don't respond and don't react. Don't control your emotions. Like, don't don't let it soak your energy. Don't let them win in this, because it's just bullying. Anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.